Way back when, our buddy Jack brought you two iconic lists that you guys seem to love, and I would never have dared touch the part 3, but sadly, Jack is no longer working with us and has departed back to the motherland to pursue his own goals, and of course, we miss him dearly. I'm still hunting down that last clone. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm stepping up to bring you the top 5 SCP monsters you need to read about part 3, and hopefully I'll do Jack proud as well as you guys. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at number 5, SCP-1548. 1548 is the designation of various anomalous solar phenomena, primarily occurring at the south pole of the sun. There are 3 types of known SCP-1548 events. SCP-15481, 6 equidistant ovular sunspots approximately 40,000 km by 15,000 km in size appear. The ends of the sunspots converge after 23 hours, often accompanied by the formation of a solar prominence that typically takes the shape of thaumaturgic symbols. A coronal mass ejection will then occur around the sunspots, lasting 11 hours, with the prominence dissipating after 5. Then we have SCP-15482. Begins similar to 1, a solar prominence then forms from the site of the sunspots and breaks off from the sun, moving away from it and likely entering interstellar space. The events last for 2 hours. Then comes along 3. Sunspots from thaumaturgical symbols, which range in size. This can occur in conjunction with other events or separately. Unlike the previous 2 phenomena, these sunspots do not commonly manifest in any single area. Foundation satellites Malik Bell 1 through 10 will monitor the south pole of the sun for SCP-1548 under Protocol Koyash-View. All Foundation space station and off-planet bases within the solar system will have the monitoring of the sun as their secondary mission objective. Connections will be maintained with major space agencies under Operation Stygian Iris for enhanced monitoring of the anomaly, with accurate information on the phenomena restricted to specified personnel. Coming in at 4, SCP-978. Now this is a personal favourite of mine simply because it is just so sad. You'll see why in a minute. SCP-978 appears to be a standard chrome and black Polaroid camera that operates the same as a standard camera. However, when a subject is pictured with SCP-978, the photograph that develops shows not what the subject was doing at the time of the photo, but instead what the subject wanted to be doing. This effect appears to be, for the most part, random, sometimes showing drastic changes and deeply suppressed desires, or simple changes and alterations to the subject or their surroundings. SCP-978 is to be kept in Security Locker HJ-12 at Site 17, and only to be removed or handled by personnel with level 2 security clearance or higher. Testing parties may request extra film and printing paper at their leisure. SCP-978 is not to be used for blackmail, entertainment, or personal reasons, and all photographs produced have to be catalogued along with full testing description. Requests to destroy photographs may be processed by level 4 security clearance or higher personnel at the discretion of the testing party. Coming in at number 3, SCP-131. SCP-131-A and 131-B, also known as the iPods, are a pair of teardrop-shaped creatures roughly 30 centimeters in height, with a single blue eye in the middle of their bodies. 131-A is burnt orange in color, while 131-B is mustard yellow. At the base of each creature is a wheel-like protrusion which allows for motion, suggesting that the creatures may be biochemical in origin. The iPods can also move surprisingly fast, covering over 60 meters in a matter of seconds. However, they seem to lack a braking system, which has led to some rather spectacular mishaps involving the creatures and other Foundation personnel. The iPods seem to have intelligence of common house cats and are insatiably curious. Most of the time they simply roll around the facility observing personnel at work and catching peeks at other safe call SCPs. The iPods also seem to respond well to any affection given to them and will quickly bond to the giver of said affection, much in the same way a puppy bonds with a human being. They will follow anyone or anything they've made a bond with, even into normally restricted areas. No special safety procedures are to be taken with A and B. They are free to travel about Site 19 so long as they do not attempt to enter any restricted areas or attempt to leave the facility. Casual contact is permitted, but it is recommended that such contact be kept to a minimum to prevent the creatures forming an attachment. Coming in at number 2, SCP-1983. 19831 is a one-story farmhouse that was abandoned way back in 1968 after a series of murders that were supposedly performed by a satanic cult. The front door of SCP-19831, when opened, appears to contain a spatial anomaly. Neither matter nor light has been observed to exit the doorway, aside from SCP-19832, which, speaking of, are bipedal creatures approximately 1.8 meters tall. They are vaguely humanoid and entirely black in color. They are known to be aggressive and will engage any human on sight. When an instance of SCP-19832 comes into contact with a human, they extend an upper limb into the human's chest cavity without any apparent damage to skin or tissues. Through unknown means, they then extract the heart, killing the human. Once it has acquired a human heart, the instance of SCP-19832 will return to SCP-19831. Now, silver munitions fired while offering prayer is the only known method of killing SCP-19832. Once killed, the bodies appear to disintegrate, leaving a small layer of sulfur. SCP-19831 is accessible through other entrances as well, including windows, the back door, and entrances cut into the back of SCP-19831. However, the front room does not appear to exist inside of the house, and instead, doors that should lead to the front room instead lead to other doors inside the building. Outpost 54 has been built on the land surrounding SCP-1983 and is disguised as a chemical plant, which serves as barracks for choir boys. All entry points into Outpost 54 are to be guarded at all times. And finally, coming in at number 1, SCP-1104. 1104 is a species tentatively identified as a member of Order Chelicerata and is also referred to as the nose crab. The life cycle of SCP-1104 comprises at least 2 distinct phases, the first being a larval stage, and at irregular intervals, larval SCP-1104 are expelled from lava tubes within Site-104 at concentrations up to 200 individuals per cubic meter. These remain airborne for as long as 14 hours and have been documented to travel under favorable weather conditions. When inhaled, larvae will adhere to nasal mucosa, where they excrete any array of H1 receptor antagonists that suppress both local inflammation and implantation of further larvae. Over a period of 6 to 8 months, SCP-1104 will grow and extend appendages through the host's ethmoidal canals. Now, hosts generally remain unaware of the presence of SCP-1104, apart from persistent but non-specific headaches. As time passes, 1104 will apply pressure to the host's optic nerves, causing obstruction of the central visual field. The pressure is applied selectively when the host is not oriented toward the local gradient of atmospheric hydrogen sulfide, which SCP-1104 can detect through the host's inhalations. Although humans display the same instinctive aversion as any animal to visual disturbances caused by SCP-1104, the behavioral response is not a compulsion, and hosts may defy the influence, especially if informed of the nature of the SCP. Attempts at surgically removing or poisoning a fully developed SCP-1104 result in immediate elicitation of its exit response. Complete destruction of SCP-1104 is endorsed, should adequate means be developed. While individual instances of 1104 are easily terminated, it is endemic to subsurface geological formations, rendering the primary pollution of SCP-1104 inaccessible to convenient lethal agents. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any scary SCP monsters that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 4. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 scariest aquatic SCP monsters you need to read about. Tutti Frutti said, generic Lucy Queen of Darkness comment. Respect. Danae S said SCP-3000 is the reason why I'm into SCPs. You know what? I agree with you. That got me into the Foundation as well. We also love it over here at the top 5. We use it in a lot of thumbs. Inquisitoria said, I'm with you, Lucy. Natural bodies of water are evil, right? Water is deadly and should be avoided. The Queen demands it. Jessica Thill said, both are good, but I have to go with Lucifer's. I couldn't agree more. I did a poll on Instagram as well, and Lucifer's came out on top. So saying that, my cult of Lucifer's bowed down. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. Until next time, see you later. Honestly, that was confusing, but it's scary cause space. And you should read more about it because I probably just confused all of you, so that's the point of the video. Honestly, that's so sad. Imagine taking a picture with your loved one and then you realize they f***ing someone else.